terms of, sorry, Andy, in terms of someone like Jota coming in now, your experience of players that have actually got somebody right in behind them, at the moment, he's got a free ride. You know, Jota's not fit. But when you've got that pressure for places, that, you know, does that improve a player's performance twofold, or is it, does you not get that?
Yeah, I think it just gives a player an edge. The player goes into the game thinking, I have to perform here because he's waiting on the bench, he's a good player. If I don't perform, I could get withdrawn from the game. And obviously every player wants to play every minute of every moment that they can. So that definitely subconsciously could be an issue. There's no one really pushing that front three. Maybe if Jota was fit, that might be more pressure on them.
Michael, are you seeing something else? Are you reading anything more into what's going on with their front three at the moment? Look, as you mentioned, players have phases and they have spells where it's not quite happening. I see a little bit of an issue between Mane and Salah, rightly or wrongly. I think that element of Mo Salah's obsession now to score goals is having a little bit of a detrimental effect on the unity of that front three, if you like, and I see that being a little bit of a problem. Am I seeing something that you're not or not?
Not necessarily. I think the good thing is that he normally sits here, you know, and he splits them apart. If they were playing like that, if they played next to each other, I think they'd have a far bigger problem over the years, because I just don't think that they're compatible next to each other. I think that Mo Salah has become a very selfish player. He wants to score goals. Mane, to a certain level, but a little notch down, and then of course you've got the most unselfish player that you could wish to have in between them. I've noticed in recent weeks, Salah again, head down. As soon as he gets within any shooting distance or any opportunity of thinking he could score here, the rest of the team don't really count. It's like, I'm going to score, and it's almost like a fixation at the moment. And I just think if you can start thinking of the team before yourself, you will start scoring a lot more goals. I went through it. I used to go through a period of games where I didn't score a goal, and I used to think, right, I've got to score. I used to go nearer to the
almost
goal.
To the detriment of anything the team are trying to do.
I used to just think, I was the one on the back page getting criticism all the time. I was thinking, I've got to stop this. I've just got to score a goal. So I started getting closer to the goal, trying to goal hang in a way, and not become more selfish. And then once the pressure was off, you go back to your normal game. But I think you should do it the opposite way. Give more for the team, because then you'll get more back.
How does Jurgen Klopp manage that, Eddie? I mean, I'm sure you've been in similar scenarios where you've got different personalities and you've got a competitive nature within your own camp, but how do you keep on top of that, not letting that spill over?
Well, I think it's about the team. The team has to function, and in order for the team to function, the individuals have to give themselves to the team. And Michael, I think, is right there. I think if you give yourself to the team emotionally, then you will get paid back.
Handsomely.
Handsomely, because the team will create more chances. So if Salah's passing to Mane, he might think, well, I'm giving him the goal, he might pass it back, and you get the goal, whereas if you take the shot on against two bodies, the team's not going to score. So it's about having that team ethic, wanting the team to win first.
It's very difficult, Michael, when you look at the goals column there over the last 3 seasons. Obviously, the bottom column, we're just halfway through this one, but when you look at the numbers they're churning out, it's kind of difficult to criticise and point fingers, but I think it's something that I think a lot of people, and probably a lot of Liverpool fans around the world, are seeing, that harmony just doesn't look quite perhaps where it was.
It doesn't, but with all due respect, we're not comparing, you know, these three to a team in the relegation zone.
No.
I mean, these three are tasked with winning the league for Liverpool, winning the Champions League, winning big trophy. That's why they're the superstars.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're being harsh, actually pinpointing them and picking and comparing them to the likes of the Manchester United big three, the likes of the Manchester City attackers and Tottenham attackers, because that's where they are. That's where they are in the world of football. So I think that we're right to actually look at their figures and think, hang on a minute, they're a little bit down. And no one can say at the moment that it's clicking. Nobody, because the stats say so. They haven't scored a goal in three or four games.
In the last three.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not quite happening. I don't solely think it's those three. No. I think it's a bigger picture, which we'll obviously come on to.
Yeah. Let's have a look at Mo Salah then, Eddie, because I know you believe he's been affected by